Just a second. Let me get rid of this one. I don't want you for now. Okay. Let me stop recording and record again to make sure it's working correctly. I've wrote my function, as you can see, which is simple function multiply, take two numbers and return the result of multiplying these two numbers. That's fine. Now, if I want to test this function, I need to create a file with the same name main, but the extension it will just be test.js. That's cool. That's fine. I'm not going to do anything. First, to test my function, I need to use jest. But how can I install jest? I don't know. So let's go to the library. Where is my Chrome? Okay, I will go here and I will search for jest. Click. If I click on jest here and I go to the documentation, it will show me how to install jest. So I'm going to install it just here. I'm going to install it here. But the problem, I don't have package.json. So first I need to create package.json. How can I do that? Well, I can use npm init. If I say npm init, it will ask me a few questions. What's the name of the file, blah, blah, blah. So for all of them, I will say yes, yes, yes. To not to do that, I can just add the flag -y, and that means yes for everything. And voila. Now I have my package.json, which is great. Now I need to install my jest. I will just copy paste it, voila. And now it will install jest for me. Actually, I should change. No, it's fine. Now it installed jest, as you can see, version 29, which is good. Now here, as I told you, we have something called Babel or Babel. Babel or Babel allow me to transfer my new code JavaScript to the old one. So I will need it here. Why? Because I'm planning to use export import. If I try to do the export import now, I will have a problem. Just it will tell me simply that I cannot recognize import and export, because here we are using Node in reality. We are not using the JavaScript in the browser. We are using Node. So to not have this problem, it's just some setting you don't have to worry about. I need to create a file .babelrc, and I need to add this one, and I need to install this extension. So what is the extension name? It's here. It's just called Babel/plugin transform module common. This one here. So I'm going to install it as well, so I don't have this problem. Good. After I install jest, and I add this file, which is .babelrc, and I add this setting, I will share it with you, this setting. Don't worry about them. Now I need to add a script to my package.json, because I know I want to run my test. So I will just remove all of that, and I will just add jest. How could I know that? Well, if I go to the library, and here, if I look for this one here, it will see, it's telling me add this one to your script, which is test.jest. That should be fine. Now, also to use export and import in my package.json, I can add something here, which is called type. And the type here is modules. That means I will be allowed to use export and import. That should be simple. So far, we didn't do any testing so far. It's just some setting. That's perfect. Now my function is in this file, my test in this file, but I need to kind of take this function from main.js to main.test.js. How can I do that? Well, in JavaScript, we will study it later. I need to export this function. To export the function, we have two ways to export it. We can export it as a name export or default export. I'm going to use default export. So you'll just say export default multiply like that. And now here, this function now, it will be available in any file I want to, but I need to import it in this file. How can I import it? It's simple as well. I just say import, what is the name of the function? It was multiply, right? And here from ./main, and I can add .js here. And that should be fine. Now my function exists here. Now I need to write my test. But how can I write my test? Well, to write my test, first I need to use describe. What describe is doing? Describe is like a box, and I can put all my tests inside this describe. So describe is doing nothing actually. It's just adding all my tests inside just one block, just like that. So how can I do describe? So I will just say describe like that. Describe, hopefully it's correct. And describe, it's a function, of course. It takes two parameters. The first parameter, it will be a message. What about your function? So what my function is doing here? What's this function doing? Multiplying two numbers. So I will just say multiply two numbers. Okay, that's fine. And here I need to correct this one. And the second parameter is a function. So because it's a function, I will just write an arrow function, as you can see. Voila. And that should be good. Now we finish with describe. Now I can add my test inside this describe. But how can I write test? Well, it's quite simple. Again, I can go to the library. And if I go to the library, see, it show me how to test. See? So test, and I can use either it or test. And here I need also a message. And then I need to take a function. And then here I need to use expect. And then I need to call my function with the number I want to. And here to be this number. This to be, it's a matcher. We have a lot of different matcher. I'll show you now the matcher. So let's try to write it. I will just write now here my first test. So I will say just test. And as you can see here, your VS Code, it will help you. So it enter a message here. And here I need to write simply something here. Expect now, expect, multiply. I'm calling my function 2 and 3. If I multiply 2 and 3, how much it should give me? 6, right? Now you can use to be because why I'm dealing here with primitive value. But for me, I prefer to use to equal because to equal, you can use it with everything, including arrays and to equal, including array and object. I'm gonna remove this message because this message is not good. Instead of that, I will just say 2 asterisk multiply, and I can make an arrow here, and it should give me 6. Now this message for me, it's more descriptive. Multiply by 3. Voila. Now that's my first test. And all I need to do now, I need to run this test. But how can I run it? Well, it's quite simple. I've already created my script, as you can see. And all I need to do just npm run just. Of course, when I say npm run just, it will run all the tests in my repo, everything. If I want to run only one test, I need to say just. And here I can just say / main .test to answer Adil's question. If I do like that, I'm sorry, I need to, the command is not correct. It's not just, it's npm run test. npm run test. And here I need to add the path to the file. So I can say / what's the name of my test? main.test.js. If I want to run only one file, if I click, and voila, as you can see, it's telling me both my tests are, actually I have one here, as you say, one pass is in my suite. The suite means describe. So the suite here is describe. It's say you have one suite, one describe, and you have one test, which is passed. If I want to run only one file, one test here. If I want to run everything, I can simply just say npm run test. npm run test like that. And now it will run everything, as you can see. Voila. That's good. Let's add another test. Let's add a failing test, actually. Now here I will just copy paste. The rest is simple. Copy paste. And here let's take, for example, 20 multiplied by 3. 20 multiplied by 3, it should give me 16, right? Let's make it 6, and because I want this test to fail. Okay, that's fine. What I need to do here, I can add some stuff to my gist. And one of them here is called coverage. Coverage show me like a table, something nicer. Okay, how could I use this one? Also, if you go to the library, it will show you different stuff. So if I look here and I say coverage like that, click, and you read through this one, it will tell you add -- coverage to your script here. And there is not just coverage, there's a lot of others. But I'm telling you now, from now, if I go here and I add -- coverage, or lowercase coverage like that, coverage, and coverage is not correct. If I do like that now, it will give me just something more nicer. Click. Coverage should be coverage like that. Voila. Let's run it again. And now, as you can see here, it show me nice table, as you can see. So it will test the statement, the branches, the function, the lines, everything, and it will give you the percent, how much of those being tested. And as you can see, I have one suit. What is the suit again? Describe is the suit. It's just like a box, as I told you. And here, of course, I have two tests here. As you can see, two, one passed, one failed. But now if I came here and I add 16 like that, which is a correct number, so simply I run it again in npm run test, and now it will give me nice stuff. See, this one here, 2 multiplied by 3, it give me 6. 20 multiplied by 3, it give me 6. This one take 1 millisecond, this one takes 3 milliseconds, and it will show me everything. So that's simply testing. Is it more clear now? 100%. Why? Can you speak up, Daria?
It's very basic function. We just multiply, but I'm wondering what it is that should be we work with arrays and do we need to calculate the result in our head because it's more advanced today.
Yes, but I'm not telling you guys you need to learn testing in one day. You have still 3 weeks to master the testing.
You asked me if it's 100% clear. I don't know. It's not 100% clear.
Yeah, but I mean the idea is clear. The theory, of course, the practice you need to practice a lot. I cannot give you experience, guy. I can give you the information. My job is to try to explain everything so you understand the experience. You learn it from doing the stuff.
Okay, in this level, it's 100% clear.
Perfect.
But
you need more practice. That's normal. You need more practice. It's okay. But now, do you know how to test at least the theory, and you know why we are testing? Dinian, do you have a question?
Describe and express it's something inbuilt.
Yes. So all of that here, I did not write this library just. So if I want to know how to use it, I need to go to the documentation as you can see here. So that's functions, they are using the old one, not export the new ones. That's the old syntax here. Module.export sum. And here, as you can see, test, message, function, expect, and I call my function, and then to be. And here they are matched. So I need to follow the library here. I didn't create it. I'm sorry? Yes, but describe is nice. Why? Because imagine it this way. Let's say, yeah, it's helped me to put all my tests, all that related tests inside one block. And it's really useful, actually. We can skip it, yes, but again, describe is really nice because it helped me to put all the related tests inside one block like that. And other than that, here, everything is explained in the library. I did not create it. I mean, I did not bring it from myself. No, everything is there. I think that should be clear now. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording. Stop sharing. Okay. So what is switch statement? Let's click on here. maximize this one. I don't need you for now. Click on this one here. I'm gonna delete this code. Let's say we have a variable which is called day. And the day here, either it will be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday. So here I will just say it's Monday, for example, here. Now what I want to do here, if the day is Monday, I will say, for example, I will console.log, go to work, for example. If it's Tuesday, I will log something different. If it's Wednesday, I'm gonna log something different. So in order to do that, I can use if else statement. For example, I can just say if day, it's strictly equal to Monday, and notice this is a string. That means here space does matter, huh? I hate, for example, yes, I hate Mondays. All of us hate Monday. If it's Tuesday, I will log, for example, I hate Tuesdays. Else, if it's Wednesday, I hate Wednesdays. It's not me, by the way, it's another developer writes that. Else if, because I have a lot of days. So here it's Thursday and voila. So as you can see, the problem here, so it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think we have all of those. So here I really don't need this one because that means it will be Sunday. If it's not the above, it will be Sunday. That should be good. Else I don't need any condition here. So as you can see here, because my day is Monday, just say I hate Monday. But if I change it to Tuesday, it will go to Tuesday. If it's Wednesday, it go to Wednesday. Thursday, it go to Thursday. Friday and Saturday. And if it's not above, it will be, of course, Sundays, right? Now, what's the problem with this code? Can anyone tell me what's the problem with this code? We have a lot of else if, right? We have a lot of condition. So in this case, when we have really a lot of condition, it will be nicer to use another way. And another way here is what we call switch statement. So instead of doing that, we can use just here, we can just type switch. It's just a statement like the switch. And here I will pass the variable here I want to check, which is day. And then after that, I will just open curly brace like that, voila. And now here, I can use case. So I can just say case like that. Case. If the case is Monday, I will do the same, as you can see, voila. So if the case is Monday, I will do console.log, I hate Mondays, and I need to use break after that. This break is important. Why? Because if I don't put a break, it will go to Tuesday, case Tuesday, and it will be executed as well. So the break here is important, okay? That means if the case, because it's Monday, it will log this one and it will break, it will stop it. The same for Tuesday. If it is Tuesday, and let me change it to Tuesday, for example. Here, let's change the day to Tuesday like that. And now, as you can see here, is the case is Tuesday, so it will log I hate Tuesdays and it will break. Wednesday is the same, Thursday is the same, Friday, Saturday. And we can have also a default value. That means if I pass anything which is not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, that means it will be something, anything. For example, let's pass hi or hello. Now it will go and it executes the default one. Why? Because it does this string here does not match. This one does not match. This one does not match all of those. So it will go to the default one here. And that's simply what we call the switch statement. Is the idea clear? So as you can see, it's a little bit more readable comparing to all these junk here. We use it when we have a lot of else if, else if, else if. Instead of that, I can just use simple like that cases, which is nicer, I think, and more readable. No, Agnieszka?
This one, so
I'm sorry?
yeah, I know it's statement, I don't know switch, so for me it's more difficult to read switch. But yeah, when I use switch.
Again, you have two choice. Some people actually use all the time else if, else if, else. But if it's me, I don't really like million, like 10 or 12 else if. I will use switch statement because for me it's more clear. It's more readable. But again, you have two choice, either this one or this one. But I'm telling you, from professional point of view, if I have a simple condition, I will use ternary operator. You know ternary operator is just a making condition, exclamation mark, And if it's true, the first it will be executed, then colon. If it's false, the second will be executed. If simple condition. If the condition here or the statement is a little bit more complex, yeah, let's say half of those, I can use if, else, if, two else, if, and then else. But if it's more complex than that, I have more else if, I prefer to use the switch statement. Again, it's just another way. Is the idea clear? Yes?
Is there some difference in code, like behaves differently?
No, it's just another way. For example, you are eating lunch, okay? You can eat spaghetti, for example, you can eat chicken, whatever you want, you are just eating. The process is eating, it doesn't matter what the food is here. There's no really different here. As I told you, you have these choices and you have these choices. But for readability, I mean, your code need to be readable. People need to, when read it, understand it. I think this one is more difficult to read, especially when I have a lot of if else here. It's a mess for me. I think this one is more readable. But then again, it's different from person to person. Is it quite clear? So it's the same idea, just different, different syntaxes. Clear? That simply is a switch statement. Let me stop sharing my screen and let me do